norėjau pažiūrėti šitą video prieš 2 metus. Jis gan senas, bet aš tiesiog norėjau pažiūrėti. Destiny vs. Hasan, A Tale of Two Streamers. What the fuck is this tale? Čia 20 minučių video, tai gan greitai jis praeis. Dabar, ar aš dabar galvoju, aš esu Destiny video kažką žiūrėjęs, nes anksčiau aš negalėjau žiūrėti nei debat, nei nieko, nes jis buvo Twitch'e užbanintas. Ir buvo taisyklės, kad, Twitch'e, kai aš dar streaminau, kad negali užbantų žmonių tipo streaminti ar dar kažką. Dabar jau jos nuimtos yra, jau tipo tą gali daryti, bet aš net nepamenu, ar aš kažkokį... Man atrodo, kai dar New World žaidžiau, esu kažkokį video žiūrėjęs ten vieną. Bet gerai, pažiūrėsim, kas čia kalbės. Beje, Hasanas yra visiškai waste of life ir tiesiog išprotėjęs pridurkas. Čia bet kam tas akivaizdu, kas vėlgi žino, kas yra manipuliacinės strategijos debatų ar dar kažką. Dabar Hasanas biškai under fire iš visų pusių, bet šitas senas video įdomu, tiesiog koks čia ir apie ką kalbės būtent, nes jie buvo draugeliai kažkada ir vienas žmogus tiesiog net laikė ir patapo Hasanas.
If you somehow happen upon this video without any prior knowledge of online politics, Stephen Kenneth Bennell II, also known as Destiny, is one of the biggest online political creators out there right now. From his humble beginnings working as a carpet cleaner for many years to his start streaming StarCraft 2, Destiny evolved over a number of years and eventually settled on political commentary from a liberal progressive perspective. Another popular political content creator, Hasan Abi, better known as Hasan Piker, is notable for quite a few reasons. Perhaps you know him from his hilarious showings on Austin Show's Lover Host, his political pop commentary on Twitch, or maybe his thoughts on 9/11.
America deserved 9/11, dude. Fuck it, I'm saying it.
We're there.
After interning for his uncle's political news show, he quit and started his own live show discussing politics, getting his start with help from Destiny. In any normal world, two people like Hasan and Destiny seem like the perfect fit for each other. Both have left-leaning political ideologies, enjoy video games and movies, and upload content to the same platform, YouTube. However, after a series of controversies, personal disagreements, and terrible debates, the two are not only not friends, but they outright hate each other. And in today's video, I intend to find out why.
I think he's pretty much compromised like all of his values.
The rest of your life is as horrible as it is every single day.
Įdomu, ar čia bus kompiliacija Hasano Amazing Take, prieš 2 metus. Jaučiu nebus. Apie Ukrainą aš turėjau minėti Amazing Take.
Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Nobody care! Nobody care! I don't care.
If he wants to buy a big ass house, let him buy a big ass house. I think he can do it. That's fine. But
after leaving his uncle's political news show and venturing out into the uncertain lands of online political discourse, Hasan latched onto the first sensible figure he saw, Destiny. They coincidentally first met at Politicon 2018 in Los Angeles, where Hasan was scheduled to debate conservative commentator Charlie Kirk, only a few months after he started his Twitch channel. The increasingly political nature of Destiny's streams and his large audience made Destiny fairly attractive to Hasan, leading to him growing an active community centered around his content on Twitch off of the coattails of Destiny. Hasan's entertaining streams and bombastic attitude, which he would hone over time by practicing with Destiny in his community, would make him a viewer favorite. Hasan's collaborations with Destiny and his appearances on talk shows like the Raj Royale, more commonly known as The Austin Show, and his prior notability as a host on his uncle's show The Young Turks, earned him a loyal...
Kaip vadinosi ta laida Hasano, tas senai, kur patarimus dalino? Vyrams? Brotips? Kaip ta vadinosi? Hasan Brotips? Jo. Šitie buvo amazing. Pala, ar čia...
On this week's Social Guru, we cover an old classic warhorse, the let's get out of here rule. This one's been passed on for centuries and helped even the Vikings get laid. I actually lost my virginity with this rule, by the way, I'm not gonna lie. So you're in the club, you finally use the 5-second rule because you're smart now, because you follow bro tip, and you start talking to this girl, it finally leads to hooking up, and you're bold
Jo, kai jisai wider galvos proporcionalumas.
enough to grab an ass cheek and then maybe even get some hand play downstairs. What is the next move? You need to get out of there, and you need to get out of there fast. Hopefully with the girl. So you have to use these 5 magic words. Let's get out of here. You might
Ok, žodžiu, mes nežiūrėsim visą. Kažkaip yra kompiliacijos, kur jisai daug geresnių dalina. Jo, jų yra reaktų į jo senus tas video. My goodness.
And cult-like following, like most popular streamers his size. As with most Twitch politics creators, Destiny had many explosive and aggressive conversations with Hasan, but their extreme disagreements and eventual falling out took place over the course of 2019. On June 27th, Hasan and his community fired back at Destiny for expressing that he was worried that Hasan was exaggerating some of the more negative claims of other presidential candidates because he preferred Bernie Sanders. They said that Destiny was devaluing Hasan's work as a political journalist, and that calling him a Bernie bro was very insulting. Destiny conceded that making fun of Hasan was probably a bad idea, but Destiny wanted to see for himself what the truth was, so he decided to analyze one of Hasan's videos about Kamala Harris, and afterwards felt that the info Hasan presented in his video was either misleading or straight up wrong.
Man, I was flying on a three-hour flight, I had nothing to do, so I actually watched the whole thing, and I tried to read into every issue, and I feel like this is like a really, really one-sided, not fairly presented video. Okay, so what do you have to do? Wait, so you're, so hold on, so for some of the companies that you're bringing up, right? So wait, can I please finish one fucking point? Oh my god, you just rambled for like 20 minutes. Because you brought it up, okay? But what I'm saying is that, okay, but let me finish, oh my god, let me finish, I can't finish. Okay, what I'm saying is that...
go down this route.
No,
and now you're saying it doesn't matter because you realize that fucking, you're wrong, that you totally misrepresented Kamala Harris's funding?
As you could probably guess from those clips, the conversation ended up being entirely unproductive. Neither of them could come to an agreement, and at the end,
Skrepli literaliai valandą šnekėjom apie tai atsisuksiu atgal streamą, what the fuck.
Destiny expressed that he thinks Hasan chooses his conclusion first, and then picks or skews his points to support that given conclusion. Destiny ended the conversation, offering Hasan the chance to have another conversation later if he was unsatisfied with the one they just had. Despite this major conflict in the rearview mirror, the final straw that ended the friendship was Hasan finding out about a clip in which Destiny refers to Hasan's nickname for Pete Buttigieg, Booty Judge, as homophobic.
I also don't know how I feel about all like the booty judge comments.
Aš net nežinojau šitą.
I don't know, man. It feels kind of memey to me. I don't know if I would call it necessarily homophobic with those comments. Maybe it is, I'm not sure. The only reason to make the joke is to invoke the fact that he's gay? Wait, is Pete gay? Oh! Whoa! Holy shit! Wait, those comments are super homophobic! Wait, what the fuck? No way! Oh shit! It's literally making fun of his name? I would be incredibly uncomfortable calling a guy that's gay Pete Buttigieg. What the fuck? That's horrible.
Actually pretty good meme.
Hasan ended up burning the bridge with Destiny over a heated Twitter argument.
Love to see the dude I defended for his past and ongoing gamer moments numerous times to journalists, friends, and even political campaigns flip on a dime and try to claim that I'm being homophobic for saying booty judge. Very cool. Definitely another W for the honesty column there.
I don't know, mate. I bet $1 million that if you were a fan of Buttigieg and Crowder released a video calling him Booty Judge as a joke, you would be 100% on board with saying he's being homophobic. Or are you just gonna say socialism is for really just meant figs?
They were effectively on bad terms after this, but it wouldn't be the last time they came into conflict or had interactions. Which leads us to...
Oh, Jesus. Šitas. Aš kiek prisiminiau, kiek aš žinau, kad tas buvo dėl Kamalos pokalbis. Tada buvo, tą prisimenu, kur paaiškino apie rasizmą, kur prisijungeris ten, tipo, tą kredituoja klipą, tipo, aš žinau, kiek čia mimas, kiek ne, kur, turbūt jį parodys, aš asiuminu. O gal ir ne? Apie ten, kur prisijungė ir papasako, ir Hasanas žiauriai įsižeidė, nes jis ten Hasanas dalyvavo diskusijai. Ir jo, kad tipo, tas akredituojamas, kad paskutinis tas Strobo, N-word manifesto tą kaltina pastoviai, bet aš nežinau, ar čia buvo esmė tada ar ne. Kai jie susipyko, bet.
The situation that we're about to go over now hasn't been Destiny's first tussle with the topic of edgy jokes in private, so I'll give you a super quick rundown before we get into the meat of this section. Destiny and Trihex, two streamers, were good friends who ran a podcast together on his YouTube channel. Destiny later appeared on a live chat show called The Raj Royale and had a controversial debate on the subject, which led to Trihex and Destiny no longer being friends.
But it was just very surprising to me that somehow, in your mind, you can possibly justify the private, because these are private instances, of using the N-word, when I think you often have called yourself a rural utilitarian, haven't you? So Destiny, do you think that if everyone does what you do and privately made jokes using the N-word, that the world would actually be a good place?
It's possible, sure. So I'm very much a fan of a concept called death of the author. That means that once we've created like a work or once we've released some piece into the wilderness or whatever, people can interpret it as they will. You don't have any control of that anymore. So if I engage in certain types of jokes or humors, like in an edgy level or whatever, then what can happen is people can take that and it can reinforce beliefs that I don't want to reinforce, or it can be utilized in ways I don't want it to be utilized. I have no control over people. Stop saying right while I'm saying what I'm saying.
I'm agreeing with you.
Shut the fuck up! So my position on using certain types of humor or certain types of words publicly is, I don't like to do it, and I don't think you should do it because people can take it in ways that you don't want them to. Okay. If two people want to tell like an edgy joke to each other or whatever, I don't think that's a big deal. And also, I think it is possible to engage in those forms of humor without necessarily embracing like the underlying stereotypes that some people might when it comes to that type of humor.
Destiny's position.
Bet čia buvo reasonable argumentas. Aš man atrodo, kažkada žiūrėjau kitą debatą, kur apie tai šnekėjo. Prisimenat, iDubbbzas. Jisai turėjo irgi, fascinating, iDubbbzas darė video ir jo buvo visas mimas, kur tos ir N žodį ir tą kitą F žodį sujungdavo į vieną ir tai buvo kaip catchphrases jo. Ir tai buvo kaip ir, normalu. Tiesiog, paskui jisai nuo to walkbackino. Aš net prisimenu, kai jis nuėjo ir į H3 podcastą senai ir Ifanas, kai tik jis atėjo, gal 20 kartų pasakė tą. Netgi tas, net iDubbbzas sako, tu čia biškai jau liberaliai gal naudoji tą tipo. Jo, nežinau. Niekad nebuvau tas, kuris įžeistų dėl žodžio ar kažką, bet jo, tas argumentas teisingai yra. Privačiai tu realiai, jeigu sakai kažkokius žodžius ir panašiai, jo, čia svarbiausia kaip interpretuosi, jeigu publik sakysi ir žinai, kad tave gali kokie rasistai iš tikrųjų klausytis ir jie juoksis iš bariuko dėl to, kad jisai jo sautrų, yra visai kitas dalykas, negu kad privačiai pasakysi žmonėm, kurie labai gerai supranta, kad čia bairis, ir juoksis iš absurdiškumo to žodžio, o jo tai yra teisybė. Jo, čia pats argumentas senas kaip gyvenimas.
Seems to be that publicly making these jokes is bad because they can influence or reinforce people's genuine beliefs.
Labas, Karina.
But in private, among those
Kada geriam, Karina?
do not hold those beliefs, there isn't any broad societal harm. But little did Destiny know, this wouldn't be the last he heard of the topic. What at first seemed like a regular Twitch politics panel had something much more sinister brewing under the surface. Two people who planned to be on the panel, Quarantine and Cole, approached the panel leader to sneak in a certain controversial topic.
Mindwaves TV invited me onto the Big Brain podcast to have a discussion about political issues with a cast of other people. I've been on here once before and I had a good time, so I accepted the invitation. This is a list of topics I was given for our discussion that night. the N-word topic is noticeably absent from this list. To be clear, and I'm going to read again. To be clear, I don't mind discussing any topic with any person, any environment at any time. I'm okay with this. But I was absolutely ambushed by Quarantine and Coolcash on this topic. Quarantine questioned mind waves numerous times through.
Juokingiausia tas, kad aš žiūrėjau šitą debatą. Ir jie tipo ambushino Destiny ir jis juos sudaužė belenkaip.
Throughout this podcast, asking him, is this what you wanted? And he follows it up with a, I didn't ask to talk about this.
Did you get what you were looking for out of this? Like, is this what you wanted?
I could ask you the same question. I thought y'all wanted to talk about this too.
I didn't ask to talk about this.
That's not what I heard.
Cole also seems to state afterwards that he came into the conversation with the goal to expose Destiny as a racist and a horrible person, and he wanted at Andre Demise to use his intellect to expose this as well. So here we have Cole also saying what I just read, right? He's saying he did have a goal coming into it. How does Andre react when we bring up that the N-word topic is the next topic? What is the response? So I don't know if you can hear him, but after he brings up that we're talking about the N-word topic, he literally says, that's the only one I came here for. Let's fucking go.
Eventually, this drama found its way back to Hasan, which led to a heated one-on-one confrontation, which would end up being one of their last discussions.
No, I still don't think it's okay. But in your but in your instance, I'm saying like I would, if you're not gonna stop saying the N-word, I would rather you just at least not.
Yeah, I'm not asking. I don't know why you're telling me what like a rather. We're not talking about like would you rather this or that. I'm just asking this one very simple question.
Said that contextually.
What am I trying to draw? I'm trying to figure out what the fuck you believe. It's impossible.
Yra kur reaktas į aprinkimus. Šitas video realiai, jeigu YouTube žiūri, tai gali atsisukti pradžią, aš ten valandą nuo pradžių šnekėjau. Jeigu praleidai, tai aš greičiausiai gal ryt pamėginsiu įdėti į YouTube atskirą video, iškirpęs, tai nežinau kaip.
Because you can't answer a single question. You just want to talk in stories all day long. I still don't know what the fuck you think. I have no idea.
That is context. I just literally give you context. That is an unacceptable one.
Okay, so what would be acceptable?
I think that the examples that you gave
oh my God.
Last night, the examples that you gave.
Holy shit! This is unreal. Are you guys watching this? I can't believe this right now. Why can't you just answer the question?
Did you just call to cry because I'm literally answering your question, homie?
No, you're not answering.
After it was all said and done, Destiny wrote what his community sarcastically calls it a manifesto about the situation. Destiny's full account is rife with profanity, but as usual, concise, well written, and informative. I'm not going to play it on this video in full just because of how long it is, but I'll play you this short clip to give you the gist of it.
TLDR, fuck Quarantine and Cole, fuck the Surfs TV, fuck Hasan, fuck Bad Bunny, fuck Mike from CCP, fuck Alabrel, fuck Trihex, alright? That's my first line, because fuck all these people, alright? Firstly.
Hasan has a well-documented history of criticizing wealthy people, wearing shirts that say, "Eat the rich," and condemning individuals like Elon Musk and Bill Gates. So it was pretty weird to see Hasan become one of the...
Čia Hasan's Mansion, čia taigi ta drama buvo, oh my god. O tai palauk, neparodė to klipo. Kaip jis buvo? Tas klipas. Kaip tas klipas vadinas? Šitas, jo. Jo, kur buvo debatas, ar balti žmonės gali būti rasistai, kažkaip ten taip atrodo, aš net nepamenu tiksliai, bet tipo, visi akredituoja šičia, kad čia buvo paskutinis lūžio taškas, Hasanas išprotėjo po šito, nes Hasanas mėgino diskutuoti, nu jis tiesiog, Hasanas yra debilas, jis negalėjo artikuliuoti savo pozicijos normaliai ar whatever, ir Destiny labai aiškiai artikuliavo poziciją atsakymą į tą klausimą. Ir visi, kur diskutavo maždaug, ir Keisi Tron atrodo dar tuo metu, ar kažkas pasakė, kad tiesiog Destiny atėjo ir tiesiog Hasanas tiesiog čia klėdė, o Destiny atėjo ir tiesiog davė teisingą atsakymą. Ir Hasanas taip įsižeidė tipo iki tokio lygio.
Do you think there's a group of people that you cannot be racist against?
No, I think you can be
dead people.
Ar tu gali būti rasistas prieš baltus žmonės? Jo, šitas buvo argumentas.
Do you think there's a group of people that you cannot be racist against?
No, I think you can be
Dead people.
discriminatory against white people for sure. Yeah, but I'm looking at this from a consequentialist perspective. Like, what are the damaging elements of being discriminatory towards white people? Are there like a bunch of like non-white owned businesses that specifically say no?
The word to
Yeah, just answer the question. Can you be racist to white people or not?
If there was
I just want to know if there's a reason.
if there was a majority nation of non-whites that dominated that nation.
How about no if?
Hold on. Yeah, but so if in
excluded white people, then
Čekaj, Hasanas bando atsakyti, tipo?
in that hypothetical scenario, I would consider that racism.
Okay, but
Hassan,
you can't be racist towards the majority?
No, you can still be racist towards the majority. There are plenty of, I mean, maybe not racist, but you can still be discriminatory towards the majority.
You can't be racist towards...
Hassan, that was the best strawman you've ever built so far, but let's cut the fat.
I don't think you know what strawman is.
Adam, kiek čia žmonių yra? Ir John Zerka, blet, ir Reinadas, kuris Hearthstone'ą žaisdavo tada, kai aš dar žaidžiau, kai, išėjo Hearthstone'as. Dabar jis paskui pradėjo kažkokius religinius, net ten video daryti plaukus susiauginęs. Aš net nežinau, kas ten vyko. Lygtais, my god, Keisitron, kuris ten išprotėjus, kiek čia žmonių...
Can you
keep repeating that word over and over again, dog?
All right, would you want to answer the question this time? Can you be racist towards white people?
Yes.
I'm giving you the definition. I said, well, technically yes, but I'm also explaining to you that it's not as simple as people think.
Types of racism that people talk about, and they often get conflated, okay? So the question is, can you be racist towards...
Čia tipo desinė atėjo, jo.
As simple as people think.
Types of racism that people talk about, and they often get conflated, okay? So the question is, can you be racist towards majority people? Under the definition that we typically work with, like, I guess like in, I don't want to say like in academia or sociologically, we would say no. Minority people can't usually exercise like any sort of oppressive racism towards the majority people. And the reason why is because we consider racism to be prejudice plus power. If every black person in the United States today was like, fuck white people, it wouldn't really affect us much because white people are more socioeconomically privileged because we own more businesses, we have more representation in Congress, et cetera, et cetera. Whereas if you're a majority power person and you can be oppressive towards a minority class person, like by virtue of them being minority class, like by that virtue alone, they're already typically disadvantaged in American society. So when we say like, can somebody be racist against somebody under like, I guess like the common vernacular of like, could somebody hate somebody because of their skin color? Of course, anybody can do that. But when we start like analyzing society, we look at like meaningful demonstrations of racism. So for instance, like the criminal justice system or economic disadvantages, right? In these ways, minority people can't really exercise racism against majority people because they don't really have the status or the power in society in order to do so.
Ir čia buvo tiesiog labai gerai artikuliuotas atsakymas ir, pretty much visi pritars tam, bet esmė, kaip publika reagavo išgirdus ir kaip Hasanas įsižeidė. My god.
Racism against majority people because they don't really have the status or the power in society in order to do so.
I vote for Destiny.
It's like I wish Destiny could just come in at the beginning and give us the right answer right away instead of making us wait.
So we didn't have to list a fucking Hasan.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes me feel
like we have the cheat sheet right here.
Honestly, like
it's funny because like the only
it's
way
such a fucking retarded thing to say. Like I'm sorry, but like if you can't comprehend the fucking shit that I'm saying, it's on you, okay? I'm doing as best as I'm doing.
Hey, yeah, Wes.
You said the R word.
He literally said the exact same thing that I just said. Like, what the fuck are you guys...
Okay, jis čia, blet, kaip jis fikavo, man tai patinka tas klipas. Bet jo, šitam to neparodė, bet kai ten sako, kas ten buvo, tai šitą rodo, kai to paskutinis stro vos ne kaip supyko Hasanas.
The most profitable Twitch streamers in the world, collaborating with the wealthy and successful like XQC and Ludwig, including buying himself a brand new sports car. Most people would refer to this as being a champagne socialist, which is a word for somebody who calls themselves a socialist and argues for workers' rights, but sits atop a mountain of wealth, buying themselves expensive luxury items and sometimes even mistreating workers, which Hasan is undeniably guilty of, but that's a video for a different day. However, the controversy really kicked off when Hasan bought himself a $3 million mansion. Obviously, this whole controversy reads like blatant hypocrisy to a regular person. Destiny eventually figured out, and as he does with pretty much all drama, decided to cover it on his stream.
If he wants to buy a big-ass house, let him buy a big-ass house. I think he can do it. That's fine. But
I think it's a little funny when a guy spends his whole life shitting on somebody like Bezos and then signs an exclusive contract with Bezos so that he can make millions of dollars to go and buy $1 million mansions. That's funny to me. Also, the thing is, there's a discussion to be had about it. Maybe. Who cares really that much? But there are so many bad arguments.
Žinokit, didžiausias mano džiaugsmas gyvenime buvo. Didžiausias džiaugsmas. Visiškai. Pats didžiausias. Iš visų įmanomų džiaugsmų gyvenime džiaugsmas mano buvo. Prisimenate Emiliją, jo? Emily M, streamerė. Mano draugė buvo ir pas mane talk show, buvo ir mano novelės viršelį nupaišė. Draugė buvo. Bet jai Hasanas patikdavo. Jin klausė Hasano. Nu ir blet kaip mane trigerindavo tas. Nu taip, kaip gaila. Nu, god damn. Jis toks fucking hipokritas ir tūpas ir rodas. Ir buvo tiesiog, mes, aš žinojau tą ir mes tiesiog vengdavom tos temos ir tiek tiesiog. Ir vieną dieną, kai prasidėjo, man atrodo, Hasanų jau tas nuopolis, kai apie Ukrainą pradėjo nusišnekėti, tada ten apie Izraelį, Palestiną, viskas iš eilės ėjo. Bet man atrodo, lūžis buvo, kai su Ethanu darė tą laidą ir tenais visiškai su juo tragiškai elgėsi. Ir tada Emilija man vieną dieną parašė, žinai ką, Hasanas rodas ir aš jo nekenčiu. Ir tada pradėjo biškai daugiau desnį žiūrėti ir perėjo į kitą stovyklą. Kaip aš džiaugiausi. Kaip aš fucking džiaugiausi, žinokit. Laimingiausia diena gyvenime. Tai mes dabar galim tiesiog šitokin destinį, tai yra šitokin Hasaną kartu. Nuostabu. Labai mažai žmonių turiu, su kuriais galima tą internetinę tūpą dramą pasidžiaugti. Ten, pavyzdžiui, kai Triša Peitas ten savo verkimo vlogus darė, arba ten tas... Arba kad ir ta kur serija buvo, o Jezu, kaip ten tų, Jeffree Star su šituo, kur savo katę galimai piso. Kaip ten tas švakas? Nesvarbu, žodžiu. Su jo, kur darė apie kaip ta serija, tų paletės tos ir panašiai. Ten... Damn. Jo, daug mes to žiūrėjom kartu, tai jo, labai gerai. Dawsonas, jo, Shane Dawson ir Jeffree Star, jo. Vis dar vienas geriausių intro iš bet kokių TV serijos. Bet kaip aš džiaugiausi tą dieną, kai jinai pagaliau pamatė Hasaną, urodų, koks jis iš tikro ir yra. My God. Labai džiaugiausi.
That are thrown out on all sides of it. Like, one is that, like, it's LA, dude. $3 million is an average house. Shut the fuck up, okay? His house isn't even that big. It was like 4,000 square feet. The lot is like 6,000. It's a decent sized house, okay? He has to have a place to put his mom. Bro, he has to live in West Hollywood. My mom literally said, honey, if we don't live in West Hollywood, I'm gonna fucking hate you. There are so many dog shit arguments being thrown out. I don't really care that much about it.
Aš nesuprantu, kaip visos merginos ir žurnalistės metas tiesiog ant Hasano. Ne visos visų pirma, čia nereikia taip generalizuoti, bet žmonės nėra racionalūs. That's pretty much it. Karina, stop.
I do think it's kind of funny that, yeah. I think all the coping is funny, but...
All in all, he seems relatively balanced talking about the subject, which is surprising given their...
Tipo, va tas ir yra turbūt, kad jau kas galima visai nuspręsti, kaip sąžiningai pateiki poziciją žmonių, kurie tave kritikuoja ir kuriuos tu kritikuoji, tipo. Jau ką destini tas pozicijas ir Vaušo ir to pačio Hasano gan reasonably pateikė. Ir pilnus klipus parodo ir visko, ir tas... kitoks dalykas, kai Hasanas nekart neparodys niekur, viską iškraipys belinkiek. Todėl, kad ir kaip aš nekeščiau ten lėkštučių visokių ir panašiai, jau kai kritikuoju, aš stengiuosi parodyti actually jų poziciją ir tada actually jų poziciją kritikuoti, o ne sukurti savo kažkokią, įsivaizduojamą dalyką ir tiesiog meluoti apie jų pozicijas. Bet, jo.
Personal disagreements, but nonetheless...
O dabar Hasano auditorija, aš žinau dabar, kas Hasano auditorija. Tie visiškai išprotėję radikaliausi, net ne leftistai, aš net nežinau, ten, aš neįsivaizduoju. Aš nežinau, kaip jos apibūdinti ten reiktų. Antivalstybininkų pilna, ten ta horseshoe teorija maksimaliai, pasitvirtina pas jį su publika. Aš nežinau, nežinau. Ten teroristų supporteriai iš esmės patapė, ar nepatapė, jis susirinkęs tokius, aš nežinau. Bet va niekas nekančia to Hasnabio, Vakar viewership 208 kasmų gold 100, kai, exclusive ten kiek 700, kad pastatė, ne, bet turėjo dar daugiau, tipo, čia ne pagal viewership, jis, aišku, populiarus visą laiką buvo, čia didžiausio Twitch'e buvo, dar klausimas, kiek ten Twitch'as tą populiarumą iškėlė dirbtinai Hasano, bet čia, kita tema, bet, nereiks sakyti, kad niekas nekenčia, dahuja žmonių nekenčia Hasano. Aš vienas iš jų.
However, some interpreted Destiny's coverage less than uncharitably, which perfectly describes Twitch personality Ludwig Agrant's take on the situation.
And part of the reason why this was leaked in the first place is because
Ar čia video?
The situation.
And part of the reason why this was leaked in the first place is because Destiny tweeted it out. He was like the first guy to dunk on Hasan by posting him with the admittedly cringy "make the rich pay" shirt and then the house, which he's not the man who posted the story, but that's the thing that originally doxed him. It's just weird to say I don't care when you're the first person to post the tweet.
Aš nežinau, kai Hasan kalbant mute uždedu ir tiesiog žiūriu, nes gražus vyras.
Even if it's a dog.
Šaunolė.
I mean, you gotta care somewhat.
Klausytis nereikia
Just
Hasano.
landed on his desk. But because of Destiny's tweet, it picked up and for the past 3 days, 20th, 21st, 22nd, it was trending. And the fucked part is, in replies to Destiny's tweet, people were posting Hasan's address. And I don't want to get on Destiny's bad side because kind of like Aiden Ross, he has an absolute menace of a viewership that will hunt me down and make me regret ever speaking his name, which is terrifying.
Before I end this segment of the video, I think it's only fair to show Hasan's response to the criticism.
So,
jau kas čia yra dalinai teisybė, tikrai yra, my god. Šito Destiny bendruomenė žiauriai motyvuota ir kai kada ir unhinged, bet holy fuck, kokia aktyvi ir kiek motyvuota. Čia vakar atrodo, kiek ten skaičiai buvo? Šičia buvo Destiny and DDG canvassing operations have cumulatively knocked on $340,000 and contacted 1.6 million voters this election year. Aktyvumas jų ir su to canvassinimu ir panašiai, kai reikia insane yra. Dar buvo tas žaidimas Reddit'e. Čia rodys tą, man atrodo, Pixel Dog. Čia irgi parodė aktyvumas koks. Ten yra žiauriai motyvuotų žmonių, my god. Aš norėčiau jūs kažką motyvuoti padaryti, tai, gal 3 žmonės ir išsikviešiu valaus, kur nors išgerti. Kažkokį aktyvizmų užsienėti, fuck, that shit nieks nedarytų. Aš ir nedarysiu, aš tingiu.
Basically, there was a process in which I started publicly looking for a home. And you guys know this already because I talked about it. I was like, which was foolish. And I should have never done it, but regardless. I talked about it. I was like, I'm going to get a house. I'm going to get a house in California. I'm going to get a house in Los Angeles, California. And I started looking for houses. And I went to a couple different places where, a couple different instances where I basically offered asking price right up front, and these motherfuckers were like, yeah, you're gonna have to pay us $100,000 more than the asking price. And that's when I was like, all right, fuck this, I'm done. But of course, the same problems of space still existed, and my mom and dad, who are very upset with me never really spending my money on anything, were like, dude, just buy a house. You're fucking stupid. So they continued it. They continued the hunt. And they came to a location that they liked.
1 year hypers.
So I was like, fuck it. I took all the necessary precautions. I'm not going to detail them. But just know that I took all of the necessary precautions. I did a couple things like boost my credit, as I've talked.
Čia 2 metų senumo video, čia gan senas. Aš dabar tikiuosi, kad šitą temą dar pratęsim, nes lygtais girdėjau gandų, kad kai rinkimai baigsis, Destiny ten turi planų daugiau biškai Hasaną pakritikuoti ir panašiai. Tai galbūt bus kažkas daugiau, tai šitas video visai bus neblogas, kaip prisimint bent senyvą istoriją. Bet čia labai daug dabartinės istorijos nėra. Ir čia reikės galbūt susirasti kokį video pažiūrėti, nežinau, paskutinių, pavyzdžiui, poros metų, ar ten 3 paskutinių metų, kur prasidėjo nuo Ukrainos teikų, Rusijos, kur ten jau daug Hasan prieš susirado.
Talked about as well, in an effort to get decent enough credit so I could get a loan.
Despite this being one of Hasan's more mainstream controversies, there's no explosive conclusion to this part of the story. In reality, it's just another facet of the sprawling careers of both Hasan and Destiny. However, there's one more notable and frankly hilarious interaction to touch on before we end this video. r/Place was an April Fool's collaborative project and social experiment hosted on the social networking site Reddit, once in 2017 and again in 2022. The experiment involved an online canvas located at a subreddit in which registered users could edit the canvas by changing the color of a single pixel with a replacement from a 16-color palette. This experiment naturally attracted communities from all over the internet, looking to leave their mark on internet history, including Destiny and Hasan's
Kur jo šunį tipo užmušė, oh my god, visas tas streamas buvo funny as fuck, oh my god.
Communities. Although this seems pretty silly, and it is, indulge me for a little while, and you might just have some fun. April 4th, 2022. The Western Front is being valiantly defended by the DGG community, and as dawn rises, Hasan declares war on the Taliban.
Yo, can we black out Destiny shit?
I'm fucking down, dude. You wanna pull it?
You're trolling Hasan.
You wanna pull a fucking Twitch?
Plačiai ištrauka turbūt iš ilgesnio video, jo. Aš jį senai žiūrėjau. Destiny Place. Nes buvo... Jo, yra geros kompiliacijos, matau, aš nežinau, kurį iš čia žiūri. Bet ten fucking cinema kompiliacijos.
You want to put a Twitch logo?
Their territory is soon attacked. However, the attack is unsuccessful, and the troops of Al-Qaeda hold the line. Now, Hasan does have a few builds on the map, but his main piece of territory is 2 dogs holding a love heart. And, in an act of pure retributive justice, Destiny quickly declares war, and the dog on the left is eradicated in what is now to be referred to as K911. The image was replaced.
O, šitie mimai iš R-Place K911. Tiesiog brilliant. O dieve.
With the Hungarian flag and an intimidating D. And this is the core of what makes r/Place so fun. Communities warring for territory.
Problema ta, kad ten botai, kiek suprantu, labai paskui sugadino viską. Aš nežinau, kom ten baigės, bet buvo dramos labai, kad visi botina, visos bendruomenės pradėjo ten botinti ir panašiai.
Vies for power breaking out, and the chaos and confusion as anime weeaboos start pigeonholing your shit. But unfortunately, it seems like Hasan didn't get the joke.
Guys, I have to cover the news. I mean, they're very clearly attacking it right now, but I have to cover the news. I mean, it's disgusting. It is really fucking gross to just like nuke fish like that. It's so gross, and it's very specific. Like, it's obviously a targeted strike, but you know, you can't really do anything. It's just fucking pathetic, but I have to cover the news, you know what I mean? You did it, guys. You did it. You fucking destroyed my dead dog. Like, you fucking owned it, you know what I mean?
This is the part where some people have an issue. Why is it okay to build your dead dog to make sure that no one messes with it? And if they do, you get on your stream and get upset about it. Why is it okay to disrupt the game for other people because you have a personal attachment to your art?
No.
Melting down when people play a pixel game within the rules. To cap off this video, my personal opinion is that Destiny seems to be very motivated by truth and reality, as evidenced by some of his past debates.
Following you, but it wouldn't be detrimental in serving a greater intellectual purpose to mankind, I think, in my opinion.
That's your opinion. And look, ideologically, I would like nothing more than for us to be able to frankly and candidly discuss all issues with nothing more than the sincerest of intellectual honesty. The only problem is, and I said the same thing about discussing differences about races and genders, so this is something we're going to have to agree to disagree with.
Okay.
Sometimes, if intellectual honesty is the cost of a successful improvement of the state of humanity, then sometimes that just has to be made.
But again, the only problem that you run into there is you're no different on an ideological level. You're no different than a lot of the crazy groups that you yourself disagree with.
So when Hasan made supposed untrue claims about Kamala Harris and refused to admit that they were wrong, Destiny saw that as not only incredibly irresponsible, but also something that made Hasan someone he didn't want to interpersonally associate with anymore. Hasan also seemed to come from a place of emotion. Considering Destiny a friend, it hurt him to see Destiny disagree with him so heavily that the friendship ended. Over the course of this video, we've covered edgy jokes in private, political misinformation, and of course, Reddit pixel games. Destiny and Hasan are without a doubt extremely controversial figures within online discourse, but with our online lives being so complicated today, sometimes it makes you feel a little bit better looking at someone with far more going on than you do. Thank you so much for watching this video, and as always...
Okay. Čia jau tokia senatvė buvo, my god.
Koks vakaras ilgas, kaip širdim man gelia. Nuskink man jazminą.